Welcome to the Living Big podcast, where we're all about embracing life to the fullest. Hey, I'm Marley.
And I'm Kylie, and we're thrilled you're here. We explore how to pursue our passions, nurture meaningful connections, and inject some serious fun into our lives.
We're here to show you you're not alone.
And we want to do what we can to ease the stresses of everyday life and help you in your journey of living big. Welcome back to another episode of the Living Big podcast. We're so excited to be here with you again on this lovely Monday or whenever you're listening. And this episode we actually got asked to do from a fan of the podcast. And she asked me, can you do more than just mom content? Which I feel like at this point we've done quite a bit more than just mom content. But specifically, she said, I would love some podcasts for college girlies like me. You were a big inspiration to me when you and Hiram first got married and you were in college. I didn't have an older sister in college, so I wrote down so many things you would say for like advice. I would love some friendship and dating advice that you guys experienced as you grew personally in college life.
That's so sweet.
So I love this. Whether or not you are a college girly or whatever, I feel like this specific topic of a college girl's guide to friendship and dating can be beneficial. And I feel like now that we're on the other side of things, meaning we've gotten married and we've been doing this friendship thing for a long time. We don't know everything, but we have some advice on friendship and dating.
We figured some stuff out, I would say.
And take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But we also polled you guys and asked for your own submissions. And we got a lot of awesome advice. Yeah. So we're really excited to go through, talk about the things that you guys said, and answer some of the questions that we felt would be most beneficial for college girlies. So
love it.
It's going to be fun.
So excited.
This is a very transformative time, and I know it is scary.
Yeah.
And crazy. And you feel like you don't know what you're doing because you're out on your own for the first time. You're usually living away from family. You don't even know necessarily who you are. You're trying to become an adult. Yeah. You're trying to figure out what you want to do with the rest of your life. There's a lot of pressure, and I feel like it's really a maze. And so we want to support and send love to anyone who's going through that right now.
Sending love, solidarity. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you, but that was a rough time for me.
Yeah.
That was rough.
There's good moments, and it's also, we know, like it's a pivotal time of life.
I learned a lot. We'll say that.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to be able to look back and say that.
Some of it the hard way. Yeah. So maybe you won't have to go through that. Maybe. Or maybe that's how you learn. I don't know.
Right. So, kicking things off, this is our first question. Looking back on your college experience, what advice would you give to your college-age self about building and maintaining friendships?
Love it. So good.
Yeah.
The first response was, stop worrying about finding a husband and worry more about your experience. Also, you can be pickier with friends in college than you were in high school. So if someone is bringing you down, you don't have to keep being their friend. Find people who lift you up.
Preach. Oh my gosh, absolutely.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think it's probably like maybe a religious type of phenomena that happens where we go to school thinking we're going to find our person because that's...
Or that you have to right away.
Right. That's your job, maybe even
that's
going...
the reason going.
Right. And I just want to throw it out there that that's not the reason.
There's
to go to college.
Many other reasons to go.
Go to higher education.
Yeah. We're
there for education, right? And if you happen to find someone there, amazing.
Yeah.
If you don't, no big deal because there's so many opportunities.
I'm really of the opinion that the more you are stressing about something and focusing in on it and honing in on it, trying to get something to happen that's not like naturally happening, the harder it becomes.
Right.
So if you were stressing so hardcore about finding a husband, it's just not going to happen right. Like the timing has to be right. Everything has to ebb and flow. And I feel like when you can kind of get more zen with yourself in that and just have some fun. When I started going and having fun on dates for funsies' sake, it ends up way better. And you find the guy.
Exactly. And there's so many places to meet people. And just ways to meet people. Now that we have internet and technology, there's so many options out there kind of thing. So let go of that.
And friendship is so important. You don't have to be looking at every guy like, is this someone I can marry?
Right.
Do I need to date them? Do I need to marry them right this instant?
I think it's, so good to like have friendships. Just focus on friendships.
Guy friendships, girl friendships.
Yeah.
All of it.
All of it.
And I like how this person said you can also be pickier.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah,
there
you
is
can.
a campus full of so many human beings. If someone is bringing you down,
Peace.
it's your prerogative to just get a new friend.
That's see, how do you break up with a friend? We'll have to like figure that one out later. But yes, I've never known how to do that. So I've just ghosted. But absolutely, I love to say this because it's a very common phrase these days, but protect your peace. Okay. Yeah. You only have so much time in the day. Do not waste it on people who are tearing you down. Yeah. Don't.
I also have to say, this is totally random and off topic, but this red is so beautiful on you. You look gorgeous.
You. Oh my God.
It's your color.
I got it because I was like, oh, it's Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of like red.
Yeah. No, it's very much your color. So
Thank
I really
you.
like it. Anyway.
Yes. Okay, next one. I would tell myself to make more girl friendships. Ooh, interesting. I only hung out with guys during college and I wished I had more girlfriends. Luckily, the guys all married awesome girls and we're friends now, but it would have been nice back then. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep. We kind of have talked about this in previous episodes, whatever, that like we were the cool girls and we weren't friends with girls because they were dramatic. You are living with girls usually when you're going to school. You are in a little group of girls. Whatever it is that's holding you back from being friends with them, whether maybe if they're like, infringing on the peace.
Crazy.
That's fine.
It's different.
But more often than not, they're pretty chill. They're pretty cool. They're probably thinking the same thing. So just like get over the weird vibes with the competition or whatever and just be like, hey, we all live together. Let's like go do something.
Let's go get froyo.
Yes.
Let's wear heels for no reason in our pajamas and go get froyo or whatever.
Absolutely.
Like just do the dumb things.
I went to DI with one of my roommate groups and we just like put on random clothes at DI and then we went and got Pizza Pie Cafe
Same
right
thing
after.
with girls. We went and tried on wedding dresses at DI.
So fun.
So fun.
If you don't know what DI is, it's basically Goodwill, but it's like up here. It's Utah DI. So
go to Walmart at midnight and put on onesies and
yes.
I don't know.
I mean,
around.
I went to Walmart really late, got a bunch of ingredients to make some Oreo truffles with some friends and stuff. Because I didn't know how to make much, but what I did know how to make were Oreo truffles. And so
make quesadillas with girlfriends.
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy. Cheese and a tortilla.
It can be really hard to make friendships with girls, especially if they're all kind of in that same, like, I don't really know what I'm doing. But lean on each other.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're
And
all going
open
through
up
stuff.
and talk to each other. Again, if your roommates are crazy, that's a different story. But find girls you can trust and open up to.
And be brave for a little bit, just for like 3 seconds. Yeah. Invite them to do something, say something vulnerable.
Do the thing, make the friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, the next one for this question is everybody is learning how to live on their own. You're all going to make mistakes. My advice is to give each other grace and be kind.
Oh, I love that. Thank you to whoever put that because
for building and maintaining friendships, that is
true.
essential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that that's just a good pattern for the rest of your life. You're going to be always running into other relationships and they're maybe going to bump into you a little bit.
Yeah.
So being able to offer that grace because you've already practiced how to do that is amazing.
And you have to do that for yourself too because you're going to do dumb stuff while you're trying to figure out how to live on your own. Just like
the time.
They're doing dumb stuff
Yeah.
as they're trying to figure out how to live on their own.
This is the time to do the dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Make the mistake and be like, ooh, that did not. Ooh.
Ooh.
And then understand when someone else makes that mistake, not be like hard on them for making mistakes because we're all doing it.
Right.
At this stage of life.
Exactly.
Okay, our next question is what strategies did you find most effective for balancing social life, academics, and other responsibilities during college? And the first response was I would try to stack my classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays and work on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That way I could keep my academic and work days separate and I would put my energy towards one thing daily.
Oh, that's smart.
Looking at your schedule and really like planning it out, especially in college because you do have so many different elements, is crucial.
Yeah.
Because for many people, you have to work, balance a social life, and go to classes, and that is really, really tough. That's a lot on you at once when you're also like, I've never known how to cook for myself, and all of a sudden I'm doing my own laundry for the first time. There's so many firsts that are happening that it can be really overwhelming. So I really like this idea of really like looking at your schedule and asking yourself, is this realistic? Can I do this? Is there any way to shift things so that I can kind of like stack them all on a certain day?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just not possible
Right.
for certain majors. It's like, well, that class is only on this day and that's the day you wanted to work or whatever.
Yep.
That might not be possible, but where it is possible, I think this is really good advice.
Absolutely. Yep. And it really just varies semester to semester and things like that. So just, yeah, try and figure out ways to be able to work the schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. I love that. That's a great hack for sure. The next submission says, make homework a social activity. Get together with friends or classmates to complete homework. I love that. Oh my gosh. I wish that I had done that. Ugh. I was a music major and music homework sucks. It was so bad. Oh my gosh. It was tough. It was so hard. And so I wish that there was just like weird competition stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just over that. You know, we don't believe that anymore.
But
It's so dumb.
It's hitting two birds with one stone
Yeah.
because you might not have time to do something social and do your homework in a given day. And then also it makes the homework way more fun because it's not just like as stressful, like grind it out. And then you might even retain it better when you're like voicing it out loud with someone.
Yeah.
Even if you're not doing the same classes, it's still a great idea. I loved when both me and my husband were going to college at the same time because we could sit down and do homework at the same time and like have a conversation. And even though we were in different classes, it was just like still connective and enjoyable. When it got to the point where I graduated and he still had to do homework, then it was so much harder because he's like, I want to go do the fun thing with you. And I'm like, yeah, same. But he needed to study. So I think this is a great idea if you can find people who have homework as well to do it together.
Yeah. It's still like filling that social cup that you have.
Even if it's not like the ultimate fun activity.
Right. It's still fun.
Yeah.
Still bonding.
Okay, our next submission, and thank you guys again for these submissions. These are so helpful.
These are so good.
And I love that like the community is answering these questions for these college age girls. Like, thank you. I really appreciate it.
This.
Writing everything out and creating checklists helped me a lot. It's also important to remember to go out and have fun. If you have what seems to be an undoable amount of work, be sure to take short breaks. Go on a walk with a friend, grab a hot chocolate, go outside and take deep breaths.
Ooh, I love that. Oh, these are so good.
Honestly, these are valid no
right
matter
now.
when.
I know. I was just going to say like, ooh, the to-do list is a mile long and yeah.
But the short breaks thing, I'm like, sometimes I just need to like grind this out.
Yeah.
I do better work if I go for like a quick break and eat a snack or a walk or whatever it is. If I step outside, sometimes when I think in my head, taking my dog out is like the most burdensome thing because I'm like trying to get like work done or whatever. But it resets me. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's sunshine, fresh air. I'm okay. Cool. And we go back in and we can hit it again.
Yep. I love it. All right. Our next question, reflecting on your own friendships in college, what qualities were most important to you in a friend and how did you cultivate and nurture those friendships? All right. Our first submission says, I think qualities that are important are people who accept you and will be there for you. I'm not a fan of flakes or people who really don't care how their decision affects others. That's selfish. Oh, she said what she said. Make sure to find people who care for themselves, but also for others and support everyone's successes. Ooh, that's good. Yep. I love that. Yeah, not a fan of flakes either.
That's such a hard one though, because I feel like especially at this age in college, that was a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of my memories. But I did really, really try to find the ones who could actually show up.
Yeah.
So just don't be a flake.
Right.
You know, that's my main advice to you.
I think that though comes down to more than just like showing up or not showing up. It also comes down to like your priorities and your communication kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those are skills you're learning. So again, there's that grace that maybe needs to come into play there. But yeah, don't be a flake, right? When you can be there.
And for you, like you can't control other people.
Right.
But you can control yourself.
Right.
And I think a part of not being flaky is like genuinely caring about someone.
Mm-hmm.
So working on that,
Yeah.
on genuinely caring for the people around you,
Yeah.
is going to help you to not be as flaky because you care about them and you want to show up for them.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, our next one says, most important to me was living the same standards that I had chosen to live. No peer pressure situations or compromising on the things I believed.
Ooh.
This is so hard.
Yep.
And so important because,
Mm-hmm.
like, again, if you know what brings you joy deep down and you are participating in things that are contrary to that and really make you feel uncomfortable for the sake of like trying to gain friendships, that is just so hard because then you are like, that's a dichotomy with who you feel like you want to be and who you are and what you're doing. And so it's really, really difficult.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, here's the, I guess the tea on it, but like, you're not going to jive with everyone.
Yeah.
And that's okay. When you go to college and you meet people, they're going to believe different things. They're going to act differently. They're going to say things that you would never say or whatever.
And they might look down on you if you don't.
Right. But that's okay. You know, that's part of the experience of just living in this world. And the nice thing about college is that is like kind of just an amplified but smaller version of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So being able to kind of use those experiences as practice for how you want to handle those situations, right? And giving yourself grace when you don't handle it exactly like you want to, but recognizing that you're just finding more of yourself. You're just aligning yourself better with your values or the things that matter most to you. So just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. I think that's amazing.
Yeah. All right. The next submission says, these are qualities. It says honest, kind, fun, supportive, loyal. The best way to cultivate and nurture those relationships is to be the kind of friend that you want to have. It's important that you are honest, fun, kind, supportive, and loyal.
Yeah.
I love that.
The idea of being what you're looking for. Again, like you can't expect those things out of someone else if you're not willing to put that forward.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this next one kind of goes with it, but it's so good. Anyone that I felt genuinely safe with felt really important to me. Girls and guys. So simple. Who do you feel genuinely safe with?
Yeah.
There were some times I did not feel safe.
And should have left, but
Oh, I couldn't. I was on a date with this guy up at when I was at school at BYUI. So please don't be a people pleaser in certain situations. Be weird. Get yourself out, okay? I was just like, I was on this date with this dude, and up in Idaho, there's like nothing to do. So this dude was like, let's go for a drive. I was like, sure, yeah, whatever. Takes me out to the middle of freaking nowhere.
Oh, scary.
We get in the back of his car. He pulls out his guitar. He's getting all like handsy, and I'm like, anywho. So I'm like, I think we need to go home. Take me home, please. You know, like just I'm freaking out internally. And then like on the car ride home, he's just like, oh my gosh, like I could totally see myself marrying you. This is like
Creepy.
the first time hanging out with this human. Okay?
Nope.
He was getting weird. He was getting handsy. He was getting uncomfy. Anywho, I also had never kissed anyone at this point. So he even was like, have you kissed anyone? I was like, nope. And I don't plan to tonight.
Good for you.
I did actually say that. I'm really proud of myself for saying that.
Yeah, good job.
Anywho, so we get home and I texted one of my friends who was a guy, but he lived really close. And I was just like, I am not okay. And he came right over and we just talked it out. And he was like, I'm so sorry. And I had texted him even like as we were driving home, like as that creepo was taking me home. I texted the friend and I was like, I am not okay. And he freaked out, obviously, because he's like, oh my gosh, do I need to come rescue you? Anywho, it was okay. Nothing crazy happened. And he took me home and I ghosted the dude. But
good.
Anywho, so then, yeah, the friend that was safe, just talk through everything with him. And then I was able to just feel okay after that. And that could have been really
so sweet.
Not good. So, yes, find your people that make you feel safe. And do not worry about people pleasing. when you're in an uncomfy situation, get yourself out of there.
Yeah. Be bold. Be
Yeah.
brave.
Yes. First dates, please have them in public areas.
Yeah. So, and sometimes things are out of your control.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of like not people pleasing in those situations
Yeah.
where you're super uncomfy, but you're like, I don't want to make them feel bad. But it's like, but they're making me uncomfortable.
Right. I like realistically, I'm never going to want to speak to this person ever again now.
So
why am I being weird?
Why am I worried about like making them uncomfortable when they're
Right.
clearly not worried about making me uncomfortable?
Exactly.
So,
yep.
All right, our next question. Can you share any personal stories or examples of challenges you faced in friendships during college and how you overcame them? I love these responses. The first one says, I think one thing I had a hard time with is that I felt like I owed people to be loyal to them, even if they weren't great to me. I wish I could have just put more energy into the people who cared for me as much as I cared for them. This is something I've slowly learned, and marrying my husband has helped too, but I've definitely gotten better with this over time. Now I have the coolest friends.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
You don't owe anyone anything.
No.
But that's really hard.
Yeah.
To like
let go of maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like put effort into the people that are actually going to matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next submission says, I had a really angry, difficult, scary roommate. Ooh. Start off scary.
Hate that.
Yeah, nope. Bad vibes, bad chills with that one. She was not kind, but I knew that she was struggling a lot with things. I did my best to make her feel loved and included. I asked her questions about her life every time I saw her, and this helped a lot.
Wow. That is so selfless of you.
We just got through saying, like, don't waste your time.
But I do love that. I think that's really, really sweet. Like, you're going to live with that roommate.
Yeah.
So trying to make it livable and embracing kindness, I think that's super beautiful, because obviously you saw that she was struggling.
Yeah.
Like, I think seeing past sometimes the surface level, again, having grace, like we've talked about so much already on this episode.
Yeah.
Everyone is just trying to figure it out, and they are all struggling, and there's deeper things you can't see. So I think trying to like dig a little deeper and in yourself and realize that they might be struggling is super beautiful. I love that.
I worry that maybe I was this roommate at some points. I when I got to school, when I went to college and I was away from my family, I was like 1,500 miles away from home.
Yeah.
First time away from my family. It was nuts. Oh my gosh. It was really, really difficult. And I just know that I was not really prepared for that. And I was an awful roommate. I don't think I was like angry, but I definitely did not clean up after myself at all. It was like weird. I'd have like these weird late night jam clean sessions kind of thing, but they were just like sporadic. Yeah. She was not consistent. Just things like that where I look back at that and I'm like, ooh. Actually, I have this friend that was roommates with the dude that I was just talking about, who like he made me feel really safe. Anywho, who is in my ward right now.
Oh my gosh.
I just moved into a new area, and like our church group that I go to, it's like assigned geographically. And so the group that I'm assigned to geographically right now happens to have a dude that I went to school with.
You told me
way
that.
back
like,
in the day.
I'm kind of embarrassed because I don't even know like exactly what it was like back then.
I don't think I was a good person back then. Anywho, so this is where grace, getting in the habit of giving grace. You're going to have to give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Forever.
And other people.
Yeah.
Because they change. They do. Like, this is a very hot time of life. It's
transformative, as you said earlier. Yeah.
That's crazy pants.
This episode is proudly sponsored by Event Penguin, your go-to solution for creating unforgettable events. Say goodbye to clunky and hard-to-use event sites and create your next event in minutes today.
Whether it's a party, conference, or a networking event, Event Penguin has everything you need to bring your vision to life. Visit eventpenguin.com today and discover beautiful, customizable event pages that make planning a breeze. With a seamless guest experience, Event Penguin lets you focus on what truly matters, making your event a smashing success. Start building your community through events effortlessly. Jump in. Okay, this last submission on this question says, I roomed with one of my best friends from high school. That didn't go well. We were able to begin to repair our relationship after we moved to separate apartments the second year of college, but we didn't repair the relationship completely until a few years after college was over. But the next year I roomed with a girl that I met at college and we got along very well. I think I learned from that first year how to be a better roommate and how to live with a bunch of girls.
That's hard. That's
so hard.
Especially when you have one bathroom.
Yep.
Among 6 girls.
It gets real cray. Yep. Real quick.
That's hard.
I also had a very similar experience. Rooming with my best friend from high school was not maybe my best plan. And we're on way better terms now. We always did way better when we didn't live together. But every time we tried, and we tried multiple times throughout our college experience,
Yeah,
we would like literally end the friendship. And so I think it's just,
ouch.
You mesh with some people and sometimes it's too close. And
Yeah.
so I think like being introspective and asking yourself if this is good and being able to like move in and out of these relationships and be fluid and be flexible is important. And learning how to be a better roommate is
Sorry, guys.
important.
Yep. Sorry, that was a bad one. A yawn. Woo. Yes.
It's late when we're
It's
recording
11
this.
p.m. right now. Okay. Now, let's get into the dating, because that is why I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why we're all here.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah, we want the hot, juicy goss with dating. All right. So, because we've got dating stories. That's a thing.
Oh, yeah. We'll try to keep them shorter.
Yeah.
We can do another episode.
We can do a whole nother episode on that. Okay. So, the question is, when it comes to dating in college, what wisdom or insights do you wish you had known at the time? Oof. All right. Kicking it off here. Our first submission says, you don't owe him a kiss even if he bought you dinner.
Yes, girl.
We're starting off real good. And you're not going to meet your future husband staying at home or studying in the library. Be willing to go on lots of dates, have fun, and see what you like. You have to put yourself out there a little.
You have to put yourself out there a lot.
Yeah, you do.
You have to go on lots of dates.
Yep.
It's a numbers game. If you aren't dating, you're not going to get married.
Right.
If you aren't meeting people,
You're not going to get married.
you're not going to date.
Yep.
It's just as simple as that. Like, when it comes down to it, it is like, if that's important to you and you want to be dating and you want to get married,
Right.
you have to be doing the things that will get you to the next step.
Yeah. What I will say, though, I wish that I was like more particular after the first date to be like, okay, I'm not feeling it. Thanks. Bye. And that's it.
I
You know?
was super particular.
I really wish, though, that like it was common for dudes to be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That was not the case.
Yeah, it was. I definitely had multiple really uncomfortable conversations. And I did feel like I owed something to people.
Yeah.
I was particular, but I was like, sorry, we're not gonna, maybe not like a second date. Like, no.
I wish that there was way less pressure on a first date. You just have your first date, whether it works out or not, you know?
Yeah. First dates are literally just like, they should be like friendship level.
Right.
It shouldn't be like, can I see myself marrying this person?
No. Absolutely not.
Ugh, I hope not.
Do I connect with this person at all? I went on
Yeah.
way too many dates with dudes where by the end I was like, he did not speak a word to me. And I, for some reason, went on second dates with these
Or he
weirdos.
talked way too much or whatever it is.
Or he was just weird.
I had a really weird rule though. If a guy took me on an ice cream date, he didn't get a second date.
Oh, that was an ick for you?
It was just a low effort. Every dude took you to get ice cream. I'm like, nope. Sorry. If you want to get with me, you're going to work a little harder than that.
Ooh.
Because you can take 25 girls out to get ice cream. And it's just, we're just going to have the same
Copy and
conversation.
paste.
Copy and paste. Not interested.
Not anything that's really going to get like a good conversation
No.
going.
So if a guy was creative, it was way more likely for me to give him a second date. Because I was like, oh, like,
I like
doesn't,
that.
it didn't need to be extravagant. It
Yeah.
didn't need to be expensive. But if you could just show some originality.
Original thought. Wow.
Yeah. Then I was like, I'm interested. I'm automatically more interested in you.
Yeah.
If that was as simple as, instead of ice cream, like, let's go get a dessert neither of us have ever had. Let's go try a cronut.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. From a little bakery downtown.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's not like it doesn't have to be expensive, doesn't have to be extravagant.
Yeah.
I valued that creativity so hard.
I learned how to make those Oreo truffles because of a first date.
Yeah.
That was super fun.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't stop making them. They're so good.
Yeah. I wanted a guy to like take me on a hike over an ice cream date or something. Like I was just like, let's make it interesting.
Yeah.
Make it fun.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to build a friendship with someone either based on just like the same date every single day.
Yeah.
So that's my advice to dudes.
Yeah.
Or, girlfriend, if you're planning the dates,
Yeah.
get creative. Do
Exactly.
something fun that like kind of like tests you both a little and maybe can help you see whether or not you bond a little bit more than something super rote.
Or superficial.
Yeah.
We don't love just like the basic surface level. And if by the end, you could just be friends by the end of it, like it doesn't even have to be like I'm not going to marry you. We're done, you know, kind of thing. Unless it's a straight up no.
Yeah.
Then sure, be like, yeah, I'm just not interested. Thank you for your time.
But you can also just go on dates to have fun.
Yeah. Find friends and meet people,
And do a fun activity.
Figure out what you like.
Yeah. Figure out how to have a conversation with the opposite sex.
Right.
Whatever it may be.
Yeah. Who's probably a stranger,
Yeah.
You don't really know him.
Yeah.
Again, please meet in a public area if you don't know this dude. Okay.
Did you read the last one?
I did, yes.
Okay. The next one says, trust your heart. The college dating scene can be intimidating sometimes because the stakes feel higher, but trusting your heart is the best thing to lead you to your person.
The steaks. I'm sorry. It was spelled like edible steaks, not like as in a steak.
That's what I
Anywho,
was looking at too.
just maybe chuckle a little. It was cute.
But trusting your heart, yes.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing is like ultimately something will work out. There's someone for everyone. And when the timing is right, it will work out. It's going to be okay.
And I think deep down you know when it's not. But it's really hard sometimes to like give in to that and allow that thought to happen.
Just try not to force it too hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The next mission here says, I wish I'd realized that everybody isn't nice and honest. Oh. I wish I had more self-confidence and didn't allow myself to be walked all over by some of the guys I dated. Actually, yes. Yes. Don't allow people to take advantage of you. Obviously not just like in a handsy way, but like in general. Some guys can be very overbearing.
Yeah.
And stifle what makes you beautiful and special and fun, right? So don't let that happen. If they're trying to stifle you, be done. Just be done. That's not the type of energy we want in a friend or a future spouse.
I went bowling with a guy that I was dating, and I instantly knew that it wasn't going to work out because of that date. We were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, but he got so angry at me not taking bowling seriously when I was trying to have fun because I'm not very good at it.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to be like,
silly,
goofy myself. And I knew instantly from that night, like, this is not going to work out because he does not value me and he is like trying to make me into something different than I am.
Yeah.
And I was not okay with the amount of anger over a bowling ball and some bowling pins. I was like, this is too much, sir. This is too far.
Yeah.
But when you're first going on dates and when you're first trying to figure yourself out, I think it is really hard to have that self-confidence. But get to the point where you can be like I was when a nice guy took me up to Squaw Peak, the makeout point here in Provo. And it's not called Squaw Peak anymore. It's called Kiev Peak, I think, now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But at the time, Squaw Peak was like the dedicated makeout point.
Literally.
He was like, let's go for a drive. And he's driving me out there. And I looked at him and I was like, almost just said his name. But he's a good guy. But I was like, what are we doing?
What's your plan here, bro?
Because I'm not planning on kissing you. And we're not going to make out. So what are we doing? Oh, we're just going for a drive. Oh, okay. Well, then sure. We can go up to this really pretty viewpoint.
Yeah.
It is also a pretty viewpoint.
Where literally everyone
else is making out. But just so the expectations are clear, there's going to be no kissing going on. And then he said to me, okay, yeah, totally. Sounds good.
Okay.
But I think he still wanted it because the little hints he was dropping. So then he was like, do you want to like play some music? Like put a playlist on for us? And I was like, absolutely, I do. And so I chose the song No by Meghan Trainor.
My name is no. My number is no. My sign is no. You need to let it go.
You need to let it go. You need to let it go.
To the no. Yes.
No. And he looked at me and he goes, I get the picture. Like, perfect.
Yes.
But that was a bold moment for me. And I knew him well and we had been friends for a long time. And I think he was trying to like see if we could edge over that line. But it just wasn't there for me.
Okay.
And he was respectful, and we
He
got
shot
out.
his shot.
Yeah, we got
Respectfully.
up. We got up to the tap, and I just opened my door and popped right out of the car, and I was like, let's walk around.
Good for you.
And then I was like, okay, let's go home.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Never again.
Nope. So just, it's okay. Embrace your inner Megan Trainor.
Yeah.
Be sassy.
Yeah.
Be bold.
I love that.
Be confident.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm trying to think. Here's my thing is I was way too much of a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And so I wish that I had had that kind of confidence.
I didn't always. I say that like a did, but.
I mean, I punched a guy one time for trying to kiss me. I was 5 years old.
Oh my gosh, Marley.
And I was in kindergarten and
That's your like proud moment.
I know. I grew out of that really fast, unfortunately. The like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna say no when I need to. And I did that one time and I'm still very proud of little Marley. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I think that we as women have been like trained or whatever, we've been taught that we need to always be nice, and nice doesn't really get you anywhere. Okay. Don't just be nice. There's a difference between being nice and being kind.
Yeah.
And being kind is being intentional, being intentional and authentic to yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas nice is I'm going to put myself on the back burner to make someone else feel good. Right.
I think of Cinderella, have courage and be kind. You can be courageous and stand up for yourself, and you can also be a kind person.
Right. And sometimes the kindest thing you can do is be honest.
And put up boundaries.
Right. Yeah. Ooh, we got more questions. Let's go through this.
Okay. What are some key lessons you learned from your dating experiences in college that you believe would benefit younger women?
Kind of everything we've said.
Everything.
Yeah.
But our responses are, don't rush into anything. I dated my husband a whole year before we got engaged. That's long for Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy that it gave us some time to work out some fights and to get more comfortable and vulnerable with each other. So if you think you're ready for marriage, just date a little longer to make sure.
Yeah. Yep. I learned that my high standards weren't silly or childish. With the right person, they were perfectly respected, honored, and shared.
With the right person.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I can say it. There's literally someone for everyone.
Yeah.
There really is. And the reason I say that is because there are psychos out there that find psychos, right?
Yeah.
There are duos out there killing people.
Which is crazy.
They found each other. So if they can find someone, you can find someone with your high morals and values. Okay. I promise there is someone out there for everyone.
So just stress a little less. Like, it's going to happen.
Right.
In the right timing.
Yes.
Yeah. 2 of my years in college, I was long distance dating guys I had met either at home or at my previous college. I wish I hadn't done that. It was frustrating and lonely, and it kept me from participating in a lot of other activities. College is a time to meet a lot of people and do a lot of things and not tie yourself down before you're ready.
Yep. Don't tie yourself down.
Yeah.
Yep. I would also say, like, if you're really young, don't tie yourself down.
And then also, though, when you know,
You'll know.
you know.
Yeah.
And it's okay
Yeah.
to commit.
What's so interesting is everyone always says that, but like I look back at the person that I was when I was 22 years old and I met my husband and I had just gotten out of a really toxic relationship and I was brand new to like kissing people, and all these things. But I knew.
Yeah.
And I'm so incredibly grateful that I knew, even though I didn't maybe have like the full picture just yet. There were so many things that I didn't quite understand. There were so many things that I didn't ask questions about, that I didn't know, that I hadn't figured out for myself, but it was right. And I knew that. And so things have worked out along the way.
Yeah. I think that's such good advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this last one here says, just pray a lot. You date to marry and God wants to help you with that. Amen. Like God wants what's good for you. And like, yes, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have crappy boyfriends. You're going to have crappy dates, whatever, it's going to happen. It's fine. But in the end, God wants what's best for you. And so praying and aligning yourself with what you feel like God wants for you is going to get you there.
The other part that I like about that is my mission president would always say, you marry who you date.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so true. So if you're in a relationship that is not good, but you're in it anyway and you're exclusive, you may end up married to that person.
Yep.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Like, whoever you are dating, you are going to marry them.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be smart in how you're choosing those things. I'm not saying be overly picky because no one is perfect.
Right.
But especially in these relationships that aren't great, like, you may end up in a situation where you end up married to them. So just keep that in mind as you're dating.
Oof. That was me almost. That was very much almost me. Because there were things that I didn't quite see or notice. Or maybe that I even turned a blind eye to.
Yeah.
And I was like, but he's got all these other things that I love and I want. But I never felt the like, yeah, I totally want to marry this dude, like hands down.
Yeah.
I never felt that with that dude. But I was on the trajectory of marrying him.
Yeah.
It was the path.
Well, yeah, if you're exclusive,
Yeah,
and you're spending more and more and more and more time together,
mm-hmm.
like that's the next
That's it.
step.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't turn a blind eye to the red flags.
And be ready to break up if you need to.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreak is worth it.
Right.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, our final tips or words of wisdom for college age women as we navigate friendships, dating, and personal growth during this transformative time. Be a girl's girl. Life isn't a competition and it's hard. You need amazing women to back you up.
I love that. I wish that I had thought
Internalize that more.
I wish that I
Yeah.
was that way growing up, like going through college and
it worked out for us because we lived together
Yeah.
down at BYU in Provo. Like,
well, we had to figure it out too.
but it was hard and we weren't that way with each other.
Yeah.
And it just would have been great to have done that. Like, we've obviously come out on the other side and learned valuable lessons through it and been able to repair friendships, which is so cool.
Yeah. I just wonder what it would have been like if I would just been like, you're champion and that's it.
And not competitive.
Literally. If I had
with
just
each
been
other.
like, sweet, whatever you're doing, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, like we do now.
Right. Exactly.
It would be like it is now.
Yeah.
Where we're like super tight knit and close and
Yeah.
bonded and ride or die friends.
Yeah. I mean, not to say that we don't have great memories from when we lived together.
Yeah, we do.
But we would have had even better ones, I think.
Yeah,
So.
getting rid of the competition.
Yeah. We don't subscribe to that.
Yeah.
There's room for everyone.
Yeah.
There's room for every girl, every person, right? So just
And we do.
throw
We
that
all
out the
need
window.
support and love.
Yes.
And it's just better that way,
Yep.
honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Spend a lot of time in self-reflection, getting to know who you are and what is most important to you. How are you going to know what you like if you don't figure that out for yourself? If you don't make even a physical list of what those things are, that you're like, these are hopes and dreams of what I would love to see in a marriage. You know, I think it's really important to.
College is a time for self-discovery.
Yeah.
It's the time to be a little bit more selfish. It's the time for the first time where you have been completely on your own, solely focused on you. So you need to dive in and allow yourself to self-reflect, to spend that time with yourself, to get to know yourself. Because it's just going to aid you as you continue that personal growth journey and development as you continue on.
And I feel like learning these things earlier will set you up for success earlier. You know, like these are things that like I'm just now learning as an almost 30-year-old kind of thing. That I wish that I had someone to tell me like, get over it. Stop doing the whole stupid competition thing. Like just be her friend, you know, like, or, you know, just stop trying to be too nice all the time and do what you feel like is best for you. You know,
You're
anyway.
not going to get it perfectly right either the first time. So that's another like piece of advice is just, and again, this last one actually says, I'll repeat what I said in the first answer. You should give your friends and roommates grace as you navigate this new and challenging environment, and give yourself grace too.
I love that.
But I'll add to that and say that you need to give yourself grace as well.
Did you write that one?
No, I didn't, but wow. Great minds think alike.
Yep.
No, we're all learning that. And I love that. Love yourself and recognize that you're going to make mistakes too and that it's okay. Don't get so overwhelmed with your mistakes that you don't pull yourself together and move forward in happiness and joy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for whoever wrote that. That was like the perfect ending
Yeah.
to this fun episode. You're not going to get it perfect because you're not perfect. And people around you are also not perfect. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Life is full of imperfection.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to learn kind of some of maybe these more mature lessons a little bit younger are going to be really helpful down the road when you're married and your, husband is being dumb or whatever.
My other last piece of advice is just have fun.
Yeah.
Don't take yourself so seriously. I know this is an important time, but it will end.
Yeah.
Every chapter closes and has an ending. And so just allow yourself to be silly, to be you, to do dumb things.
Yeah.
And to enjoy that time because it does end. And that's okay, and it should. And there's even better things, in my opinion, on the horizon.
Yeah.
But enjoy it while you can because it's there for the taking. And it's supposed to be fun.
Absolutely. Do the things that you feel like you need to do.
Yeah.
Before you get married.
Yeah.
If that's creating a little bucket list, that'd be so fun.
Yeah. We love you, college age girlies. We know how tough it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're going to survive. In fact, you're going to thrive and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And you will make it through it. And hopefully these tips helped.
Yes. Your future jobs are not going to look at your grades that you got in college. So if you're skirting by, it's fine. There's so many opportunities out there for you. And this is such a fun, scary, exciting.
It's really just the beginning.
Oh my gosh. It's such a fun time. High school is just meh compared to what you're going through right now. This is.
It's going to get better and better.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yep.
We love you.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Living Big podcast. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Join us on Instagram and TikTok for all the things, from relatable mom memes to fun girls' night ideas with your besties.
See you next week.